Welcome to our Facebook live crafting session from Come Crafting with Jill and Jez. I'm Jill.
And I'm Jez.
And on the first Saturday of every month, we do a joint live crafting session over in our Facebook group, Come Crafting with Jill and Jez. If you'd like to watch along live next time, please come and join our group. There'll be a link below this video. I hope you enjoy watching.
Perfect. We can see most of your mat, actually.
Right. Okay.
Pretty card.
So this is my card for today. This is a little pastel composition. Yes, it does. It does match your hair. And it's using Petal Park, which is still one of my favourites. It was the first one I bought from this catalogue, and it's still one of more. Was it the last catalogue? I've got no idea. But it's one of my favourites, and it's got a punch. Who doesn't love a punch? Absolutely. And what I've done is I've stamped, I haven't used the infill stamps, I've stamped the outlines, and then I've used our aqua, what called water painters are they called?
Yeah.
To colour, and I quite like the watercolory effect.
Yeah,
like that. So I'm going to do different colours, of course. So I'm going to do, still going to use Granny Apple Green. I'm really missing Pear Pizzazz as a green. That was my go-to green. I'm really missing it. So I'm going to use Granny Apple Green, but then we're going to do sort of blues and turquoise, Coastal Cabana and Tahitian Tide, and still Daffodil Delight. So on this one, in case anyone wants to know, it's Petal Pink, Daffodil Delight, and Highland Heather, and Granny Apple Green. And that was in Gorgeous Grape.
Nice.
So we're going to do some different colours. So we're going to do a bit of stamping first of all. I've already cut my panel down so that it's got a little border around. It's a usual card blank, half an A4 sheet, scored in the middle, and then I've got about, I don't know, 3 or 4 millimeter border all the way around. So, but you can do it whatever size you like. And then I'm going to use Granny Apple Green. And some of these flowers I should have prepared beforehand, but Jez and I were talking, so I didn't.
We did. We had a little practice to make sure that we could both be in the right orientation.
Yes, and we just carried on talking.
And then we chatted.
Yeah. So I haven't prepared any of this, so I'm going to do the whole lot. So I'm just going to stamp 2 of the leaves along here, the leaf and thing. Right, let's get that straight. Sorry, is my head eating the way?
No.
Oh, good. Right. So one there, and then I'm going to ink it again. It's easier to ink your big stamps this way, really. Although mind you, don't catch the corners. I'm going to turn it round, and it's going to overlap a little bit here, so it's going to look a bit of a mess. But I'm going to cover that with a flower, so it won't matter. So it looks a little bit of a mess in the middle, but there's a flower going to go over the top there, so it won't matter. So then I'm going to take my Granny Apple Green stamp pad and an A block, dip my A block, and that's going to be my palette. That's my ink for me to colour with. So I'm going to have a tissue in case it gets too wet. Don't need too much water, and just pick up a little bit of the colour. And then just colour in all the leaves. So that's quite dark. So let's put a little bit more water with it. But you get quite a nice watercolory effect doing this. You can have some dark ones and some light ones. And it's just quite a nice effect. You can do it with a black outline. I quite like it with the same colour outline as I'm using to colour in.
Yeah. Sometimes I quite like it when you use it with a really light grey or Sahara sand before it's gone. Yeah. And
you could use that method to do like a no line watercolour.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
So you can make it look as if you've drawn it and done it all yourself.
Yeah, because we are that talented.
Yeah. So this is quite quick to do. Sorry if it's a bit boring to watch, but I find this very therapeutic doing this. I love doing this. Just sit here and do this all day, really. Just each of these little leaves just need a little dot in them. So it doesn't have to be very precise because it's watercolours. So if you go over the edges, I wouldn't mind stress too much. So if your brush dries out, you just squeeze it and bring a little bit more water out. So you can vary the shades that you're doing. Like I say, this bit in the middle won't matter too much because that's going to be covered with a flower anyway. So there we go. Who else here can't believe that we are in the middle of June? I can't believe that that time has gone so quickly. It feels like 5 minutes since Christmas. It's gone so quickly. That's a penalty of getting old. There we go. Nearly done. And then this can be drying while I do the flowers. That would be good. There we go. Well, I can hear you clunking. You're obviously.
I've been getting all my stamps ready for my project.
Okay, so that's my watercoloured background for my. Just going to let that dry in a little bit, and then we'll glue that onto there. So let's do some flowers. So, like I said, I'm going to do Tahitian Tide as one of my colours. There's my piece of cardstock. So. Just stamp that, and then just going to make myself a palette again. And now these water painters you can just clean off on a tissue, so you can see it's quite green, but if you just squish on it and then it just cleans it really quickly, and just squeeze out a little bit more water. And that'll take the rest of, so you can see it's now clean. So they're really great. Really.
And they save you having a jam jar full of water.
Yes. Yeah.
You then spill all over your project.
Yeah. So we're filling this one in. Oh, that's quite dark. Let's do a bit lighter. Good idea to just test how dark it is before you put it on your project, but of course I didn't do that. There we go. So we've got very different shades of blue leaves, which I quite like, petals rather.
Somebody's just said there's 197 days to Christmas.
Oh no,
really didn't want to know that.
No, what's really sad, I think, is that we're nearly at the longest day. I hate that. I hate it when we get to the day and then the days are just going to get shorter. Right, I'm just going to take a bit darker colour and just do a little centre here. A bit darker in the middle.
Oh, Anthony's just asking how's my new room layout. Well, it's great. You might notice that you've got a different thing in the background. It isn't finished. I had to stop and do some crafting, but yeah, I'm liking it. I am liking it, but I do need to do some more sorting, but that can wait until after I get back from Scotland.
At some point we're having new flooring put down through our whole kitchen, dining room and my craft fair.
Nice.
And I get tiled. And I asked the guy who does the work for us, and he said it'll look really nice and it'll be really great, but it'll be a nightmare having it done because you'll have to move everything out of all the rooms at once. So just wondering whether we're actually going to do it.
Yeah.
So you might want to plan to go away.
Yeah. Yeah.
But of course I've got 2 children here as well that'll have to go away as well.
Yeah.
2 grown-up children that should be off on their own and aren't.
Bugger's come back. Mine's come back.
Yeah. Boomerang children, I think, is the term.
Yeah.
Right, this is Coastal Cabana. Yes. Trouble is they can't afford these days to live on their own.
No.
You know, rent anywhere on their own. So they're stuck. If they're not in a relationship where they can share, or got a friend that can share with them, you know, they're stuck.
Especially in Hull, you can buy a house.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a few places in the country where a single person can buy a house.
Yeah, well, Norfolk as well. If they moved to Norfolk, they could afford to. But round here, there's no chance.
No. My youngest don't want to live in Hull, so.
No, well, my don't want to live in Norfolk. They want to live in Surrey. So
Yeah.
No.
My son
Joe's
from Surrey live there.
Joe's not even got a job at the minute, so
Oh.
not only is he homeless, apart from living here, he's jobless as well, because he had to leave his job in a hurry as well.
Oh.
So, bit of a nightmare. And he had an interview where he thought he'd done really well, but they haven't rung him to say that he's got a job, so he's a bit fed up about that.
Yeah, it's just hard.
Very hard. Right, I'm not sure how I'm liking these colours, but hey ho, going with it. And then do them in daffodil yellow as well. No, not daffodil yellow, daffodil delight. Oh, let's clean the stamp. And
Just reminded me then I need to wet my chamois.
yeah, mine's smelling a bit musty actually. I think I need to give it a good wash.
Yeah, mine needs to go in the wash.
I really haven't done much crafting just lately. I've been really busy just everything. We're having because we're having a lot of work done on the house. I decided that before we have the work done, we need to declutter. So I spent a lot of time decluttering, been going back and forth to the dump and back and forth to the charity shop.
Yeah,
and a load of stuff laying around. I had a guy who normally helps me with the garden. I said to him, would you like to spend a couple of hours helping me to turf out my loft? So he came the other day. It was absolute bliss. Came and took everything down, and I could sort it into charity that could be thrown. We did 3 trips to the dump for us.
Yeah.
We've only done about half of the loft, but I do feel so much better for having it done.
Yeah.
And you know what I found up there? It just goes to prove how pointless it is putting things in the loft. So for a start, I found a load of baby clothes that were still on. So my daughter is 30 this year. Yeah. Baby clothes on hangers, ready to go to the Good as New sale. You know, NCT Good as New sales that they used to do. So it was all packaged up ready, but had never made it. So it had been stuffed in the loft. So they all had to go. But we also found a fan heater. And what did we buy in the winter when our heating broke down? A fan heater. So what was the point of putting it up in the loft in the first place?
Yeah.
So that was a great source of satisfaction, though, getting rid of all that stuff.
Yeah, we did that the other year. We had, you know, when you get free loft installation.
Oh God, yeah, that's the next thing we need to do.
And so we had to clear the loft, and there were boxes up there that we'd never opened for moving in.
Yeah,
so like, we've been here 20 years, so really
same with us. Well, Jeff's business went under in 2001, and we had to keep a load of documentation for 7 years. It's all still up there.
Yeah.
So that all went to the dump. That was a nice feeling.
Yeah.
But just so much rubbish up there. It's a nice feeling to get rid of all of that. And I was going to leave it now because we were supposed to be having our ensuite done this week. Just a bit like my pension. It keeps getting near and then it moves further away again. So he was all due to start on Wednesday. So everything's ready for him to come on Wednesday. And he rang me yesterday. And I mean, poor bloke, I shouldn't really be moaning, but his mum died. And she's in Ireland. So he's got to go over to Ireland and organise the funeral and everything. So he ain't coming this week.
No.
So still won't have a working shower in the ensuite this week. But hey ho, I think, well, if he's not coming, I might do the rest of the loft then and get the whole of it done before they come. Although it's going to be really hot this week. I think this poor bloke doing it might have other ideas because it's going to be really hot up there.
It'd be boring. Yeah.
Right, so I'm just using a post-it to help me punch these out of the punch. So you can punch all 3 at once, which is a boon.
That is.
Like so. And then it's just a case of plonking them on some what do I mean? I can't find my word. Dimensionals, that's what I mean. Plonking them on some dimensionals. And
good technical terms, plonking.
Plonking them. Yes, I do a lot of plonking in my crafting. Right, so where's my thing? Here we go. So let's start putting this together now. I think what I might better do is stamp the happy birthday first, because then at least I've only wasted this panel. I should have done it first, actually, thinking about it. But I did do it last on the other one and it worked. So I'm just going to hope that it's going to work this time. Sadly, it's not a clear stamp, so you can't actually see, but I think it's quite straight on the stamp. I'm going to stand up to do this to make sure. Get it straight. Oh, that's all right. It's a nice happy birthday, that one. That's from Go To Greetings.
I like that.
Where are my paper? Dimensionals. There we go. And the tweezers. If I put them away, probably. Here we go. Right. So we'll have one here. I'll use some half big ones. Like so. Probably don't need as many as I use, but
no. I'd be putting one in the middle.
Yeah, you probably can get away with that. It's not don't probably need as many. So I'll put that there. Another one. Let's do a jazz then. Let's put one in the middle.
Yeah, I'm just tight.
Yeah, I'm lazy.
Yeah.
No, it's there's no point in using more if you don't need more.
No.
See, that's going to cover up all that grungy bit of the leaves in the middle there, and then these others can just go round the. I might use a big one on there as well.
Oh, you're making me think I could sit and make my niece's wedding card.
Yeah, you could. Good. You should be doing that today. You should be showing us what you're going to do.
No, because well, no, she won't watch it.
She'd probably watch it.
Her mum won't be watching because it's her birthday, so I imagine
They're out.
They're out.
There we go. It's quite a pretty colour scheme.
Yeah.
Quite liking this. Now that it's all coming together.
I do prefer the other one, but no.
You got the purple, yeah. Well, goes without saying, really, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Let's put some there, and then a little one down there. And what seems to be a little one missing, actually. I don't know where the other little one's gone.
There's one up top.
Yeah, there's
right.
one there.
Ah.
But I'm missing the Coastal Cabana one. I don't know what I've done with it. But hey ho.
Can't help.
Oh, here it is. Got it. Got it. Right, that one down there. Yeah, so quite a simple little layout, quite nice. Simple little card to make. And a little bit of therapeutic colouring.
Yeah. Like to colour.
Yeah. And then that just needs to be glued onto your backing. I've got Tahitian tie, but you can pick out any of the colours in the back there.
Yeah.
To use. A little bit of Tombow on the back here. And you're done.
Marvellous.
Quick and easy. That's what I like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Clean and simple. Quick and easy. There.
Gorgeous.
There's the other one. There's the other one. So 2 colour schemes.
Lovely.
2 pretty.
Hey.
Yeah. All done.
Very nice.
That's me done.
Lovely.
I'll come back up again.
Yeah. And I'll go down.
Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my projects. Now you can pop over and watch Jez's project, and watch her half of the live video and see her amazing projects that she's making. Bye.
Bye.